Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the Tuoke Rattan Garden Furniture 4-piece set, $163.99 from Amazon. That's how much I paid at time of purchasing. It's got 2 single chairs, 1 double chair and 1 table, and it arrived a day earlier than expected. So I'm going to show you what's in the box and how to put it together, and then I'll show it to you in my garden so you can see what it's like, and whether you intend to purchase this one or a similar one. I'll put the link in the description so you can have a look for yourself. Okay, so let's have a look and see what's in the box. So there isn't actually a picture on the box, but obviously I've seen what it looks like online, read a few reviews on Amazon as well. So all round good reviews, but obviously buying it and reviewing it yourself is a true testament. Now the only thing I did read on there was that if you have a big garden it might not be suitable, but I think for my size garden and like a lot of people's gardens it's going to be ideal. And this time of the year, late August, it's an ideal time to purchase if you haven't, because a lot of places will be selling them a lot cheaper. $163.99 is a good price, assuming the quality is good, which is what we're going to look at. So this is what's in the box. So we've got all our screws and bolts and Allen key. Now we've got our instructions. And then we've got the actual pieces to put together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with one of the single chairs, and then I can show you the double chair and then how to put the table together as well. So to construct a single chair you're going to need a piece of letter C, piece A, and also piece B. Now first impressions, I think it's really good quality, and what we're going to do is we're going to put, you got the, this is going to be the back bit, so you need the bit, as you can see there, where it goes in to face inwards, because that's where the cushion will sit, as the same with these 2 bits on the side as well, they will face inwards. And then we've got our screws as well, which will go in the holes, as you can see here, using the Allen key. Now you don't want to tighten the screws fully tight until it is fully assembled, just in case you need to adjust it and it's not quite lined up, just like you would with dining chairs. Okay, so let's put these bits together. So I've just put one side on, and all I've done is put the screw in, but just not tightened it fully. We'll do that once it's all in place. So that's one side, and I've got to do it the same with the other side. And along with the screw, I've just used one of these nuts as well. Okay, so let's do the other side. So that's the side of the chair done. Like I said, I haven't fully tightened the screws yet. We'll do that once the other piece is in place. Now I should just mention there are 2 different size screws. One is slightly longer than the other. Now they're both labelled as M6 on the instructions, just one's labelled a quantity of 30 and one is labelled a quantity of 35. Now for the side bits you want the slightly longer ones otherwise it won't quite go through. And then the smaller ones will be used to tighten the other pieces. So just be careful of that, because so they don't have a different number, just the quantity of screws. So one is slightly longer. So now we need to put the base bit of the chair in. So for the base of the chair, you're going to need one of the parts labelled D. You're going to need it this way up, and then it's just going to screw in into place there. You're going to need 7 of the smaller screws, 3 on each side, and then you've got 1 at the end which will connect into that hole there, and then you've got the ones on the side, and then that will secure it in place. And that's what it looks like when it's finished. The screws were a little bit tricky to get into place. If you do have someone spare, get them to hold it while you put the screws in. And like I said, don't tighten them too much, because you can do all that at the end, because you may need to loosen some just to line it up, because it's a little bit tricky. Once you've done one chair and then do the second one, it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so obviously I'll do the second one, don't need to show you that, and then we move now onto the 2-seater chair, which will no doubt be a similar principle, just slightly larger. And of course also we've got the seat cushion to go onto the chair as well. And there's a seat cushion on. Of course you can get a nice cover to put on it. I will test it out how comfortable it is once I place it in the garden. So let's move on to the 2-seater chair now. So for the 2-seater chair, it's the same principle as the single chairs, just got a larger piece. This is C1, and then you just need your A and B pieces like we had with the smaller chairs, because they would go onto the side, and then we just need the larger screws. So that will form the main part of the chair, and then we'll put the other piece on after. Okay, so those bits are now in place. I've not fully tightened the screws as before. We'll do that at the end when all the pieces are in place, just to make sure it's all aligned correctly. So now we need part D1. This is the bit that will go in the bottom, just as we did with the single chair. So we need to use the larger screws for these holes here, 6 in all. And then the 2 smaller screws down here for the bottom of the leg, one there and one on the other side. And that's the 2-seater chair done. I've tightened all the screws in place, and now it's just finally time to do the table. So to put the table together, there should be 2 parts labelled J and then 2 parts labelled I. These parts will go either side, and then you've got these bits which have the stoppers on top, which will rest the glass part of the table on top. So let's put the side bits together using the smaller screws. Okay, so that's the main structure of the table in place, and all that remains now is to put the glass panel on top. So once you've got it in place, just make sure it sticks to the suction caps. That will keep it in place. And there's your table. And here's the finished article in my garden. It's very good quality, very comfortable, and I hope you found that putting it together helpful. And my score 9 out of 10 is a good quality, and I think it will suit any small or medium-sized garden. So do check it out. I've got a link in the description so you can have a look at it for yourself. So it's $163.99 for Amazon at the time of purchasing it. And please like the video and subscribe if you haven't done already. Thank you to everyone that has. More reviews coming soon, as well as other content on the channel. Bye for now.